Ever feel like you're putting in all the work, but your brand just isn't clicking? It's a super common struggle. Well, today, we're going to break down a really powerful case study, the exact steps one creator took to go from total brand confusion to building a thriving six-figure business. Let's dive right in. So, this is where our story starts. In a place I think many of us know pretty well, brand limbo. You know the feeling, constantly changing your colors, your taglines, your content, just hoping that something, anything, will finally stick. The problem here wasn't a lack of effort, not at all. It was a deep, fundamental lack of clarity.
So the big question is, how do you actually bridge that massive gap? How do you go from feeling totally lost in the noise to building a brand that not only connects with people, but consistently makes money? Well, this explainer is going to give you the roadmap.
Okay, so the whole transformation, it all started with one single, crucial first step, getting crystal clear. Forget about sales funnels, forget about content strategies for a second. First, this creator had to build a rock-solid foundation.
You know, this quote just hits it right on the head, doesn't it? This was the wake-up call. Sure, their brand might have looked okay on the surface, but it didn't really stand for anything memorable. It was time for a total rebuild, right from the ground up. So, this was the game plan they followed. And listen, it wasn't just about picking a new logo or some pretty colors. It was way deeper. It was about defining exactly who they were serving, truly understanding their own why, choosing a distinct personality, and then, and only then, creating the visuals to match that. And this is what they landed on. By choosing just 3 core words, empowering, authentic, and visionary, they basically created a filter for everything they would do from that point on. Every single caption, every email, every post now had to pass that test. It created instant consistency, and that's what builds trust. And get this, the results were not theoretical. They were immediate and very, very real. After making these changes, their email open rates shot up by a staggering 40%. Their Instagram engagement nearly doubled in just 1 month. And the reason is so simple. Their audience finally got it. They understood who the brand was and what it stood for. So really, the big lesson from this first part is a simple but powerful truth. Clarity attracts and confusion repels. A clear message acts like a magnet for the right people. A confusing one just pushes everyone away.
Okay, so that's the foundation. Now let's build on that. With that clear identity locked in, the next phase was all about making people feel something. It was time to turn facts and information into a genuine human connection.
And this meant a total 180 in their content strategy. They moved away from those generic value posts, the simple tips and facts, and started telling stories, real stories, packed with emotion. They stopped just informing and started sharing relatable struggles, inspiring transformations, and real hope. And that's what took them from crickets to viral reach. And the thinking behind this was based on a classic marketing idea, one you've probably heard before. People buy with their hearts and then justify it with their heads. By connecting with the audience's feelings, their frustrations, their fears, their dreams, the brand created this incredible bond that turned passive followers into active customers. Right, so you have clarity, you have this amazing connection, but how do you turn that into actual money? Well, this next part is where the brand really became a business. Now this right here, this was a total game changer, and it's a little counterintuitive. Instead of creating a dozen small products and scattering their focus all over the place, they adopted a new philosophy. Master one signature offer that perfectly solves their ideal audience's biggest, most painful problem. Think one amazing, comprehensive course instead of 10 little ebooks. And the process was actually pretty straightforward, just 3 steps. First, they poured everything into designing that one core digital program. Second, and this is huge, they learned to price it with confidence, based on the incredible value it delivered, not out of fear. And third, they built automated systems, like sales funnels and email sequences, to sell it consistently without them having to be there 24/7. And the proof? Well, it's right here in the numbers. By channeling all that brand clarity and that deep emotional connection into one single powerful offer, the creator pulled in their first $2,000 in just 10 days. And get this, they did it without running a single ad. That's the power of focus.
But wait, there's another piece to this puzzle, a pretty unique element that acted like a massive accelerator for their income and allowed them to grow even faster. And that concept is called Master Resell Rights, or MRR for short.
Basically, the course that taught this creator all these amazing strategies also came with the right to sell the course itself and keep 100% of the money. It's kind of like being handed a proven premium digital product on day one.
And this is why it's such an incredible accelerator. The creator earned back their entire investment in the course in just 2 weeks, simply by reselling it to others who wanted to learn the same thing. That immediate cash flow was then plowed right back into the business, for tools, for ads, for anything that would fuel the growth of their main brand.
Okay, so let's zoom out and put all of these pieces together now. Let's see how clarity, emotion, that focused offer, and the MRR advantage all combine to create a sustainable, high-earning brand.
And what's so wild is just how fast this all happened. I mean, it wasn't an overnight thing, but the progress was incredibly rapid. In just 1 month, boom, brand clarity. Within 3 months, a profitable offer was out in the world. And in just over 6 months, they blew past the 6-figure milestone. So when you boil it all down, it really comes down to these 6 core pillars that held up the entire journey. From a laser-focused niche and emotional storytelling to a single killer offer and the power of community and MRR. This is the framework. This is how you build a brand that actually lasts.
And that really leaves us with one final big question to chew on. As this whole journey shows, maybe the magic isn't in choosing one over the other. Perhaps true, sustainable success happens when you build a brand so clear and so connected that it becomes the engine for a brilliant business model. Definitely something to think about.